You just handed BYU their worst loss in 5 years. How does that make you
It's not about that. It's about just getting the result. And, I don't know anything about the history of it all or whatever, but, it's nice to get a good result against a good team that's going to help us later on in the season as far as NCAA tournaments are concerned. So that's the most important thing.
Yeah, but then when they scored on you, you made some subs, and you got players flying out of the back, you got more players forward, playing off of 7. Like, you guys exploded it. Well, you weren't going to lose this game.
Well, we challenged them at the water break to be a little bit better, and they responded in kind. And, we have to do a better job of coming onto the field ready to rock and roll, right? And hopefully we learn some valuable lessons that through a win as opposed to a loss, and we'll keep it moving and see what happens.
And the depth of your team continues to show off over and over and over again. You got freshmen getting assists and freshmen scoring goals and getting their first experience of real BYU, I guess, Big 12 play.
Right.
What is it about the depth? Speak to that.
We try our best to recruit good players and to play a brand of soccer that is commiserate for being successful not only here but preparing them to be pros if that's what they want, right? And so everybody's process is different as far as being able to walk into our environment and be successful. And some of these kids are just kind of starting to get their legs under them and figure out what college soccer is about, especially college soccer the TCU way, right? And so as we get into the season, we'll get better and better because they'll be more acclimated to what we're trying to do, and they'll be more acclimated to the speed of the game, the physicality of the game, and the intensity of the game, right? So we'll continue to get better, and those young kids will, like Coach T will say, we got to grow them up.
Last question I have. When they scored on you, it was a great goal.
Yeah.
What's going on in your head?
My head?
Yeah.
I was pissed. We got to do better, right? And so, I was pleased with the response, right? And I was pleased with the second half performance because it's a good team, good history, and we only gave up one shot or two. I think one shot in the second half. One shot in the second half. That's really, really hard to do against a quality side. So I'm really proud of our group.
Coach, I think this is the first time this season you've gone down and come back to win. So you talked about that message during the water break. What were you encouraged by and how your team responded specifically?
I just think that you got to walk into the field believing that you're going to be able to take care of business, and don't necessarily know that our approach is proper. Right? So challenge them at the water break, and they responded with 2 goals before we got into the locker room at the half. So they know that they're capable. They know what they're capable of doing. They just got to go out there and do it.
You've played 2 really physical games in Big 12 play, in Texas Tech, physical to a draw. Tonight it almost seemed like the physicality invigorated your team. Are you, like you talked about the freshmen getting their sea legs, you feel like your whole team is doing so?
I think that, in conference play, the stakes are a little bit higher, right? And there's a little bit more familiarity with styles of play and, what you can do to be successful. And it's competitive. You're trying to win a championship, and it's going to be physical because teams are trying to be at the top of the league or in the top 4 of the league so you can get a bye in the Big 12 tournament. So a lot of things are riding on it, and some teams are just trying to make it to the Big 12 tournament, period. So you just try to do your best, and it's going to be competitive because stakes are on the line.
You recruit great players, you've got freshmen contributing, but what does it mean to you, and how does it change your focus going forward to see your freshmen putting the ball in the back of the net, having big assists, playing great defense, and really contributing to a big win tonight?
Yeah, I'm proud of them, but again, you can't rest on that, right? You got to continue to push to get better and be better a version of yourself on a daily basis, and so that's what we'll be focusing on tomorrow.